We're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves. They are angry with themselves, you guys. So you can't wake up and think about somebody who is determined to just stay mad. I literally tell them, stay mad.
Amen.
Stay mad. Because we're going to stay joyful and peaceful and iconic and smart. And we're going to stay thinkers. In a world that doesn't want us to think, we will think. By ourselves, on our own.
Nicki Minaj, you have officially crossed the line. I am a longtime Barb, so before any of the Barbs try to come at me and say that I'm a hater of Nicki, I don't like Nicki, I'm literally wearing the merch I got from going from her tour twice. Also a signed CD up there. Now, the only reason why I'm addressing this is because I had a few comments, and also I'm very much so a proud Barb. As of the past year, it has been so hard to continue my support to Nicki Minaj.
You are watching the downfall of one of the biggest artists in the world ruin her career because she's directly going after the marginalized communities that propped her up in the first place. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Nicki Minaj has basically become a MAGA stooge.
They're here. Target spotted. Moving in. Not today. Stop! FBI! Adapt and predict.
It's the beauty of crime sequences. They just keep you humble.
Knock, knock. Come in. Mr. Furious? Yeah. I'm Officer Ramos. You're under arrest for being too smart.
For what now?
You rerouted every light in the city.
Yeah.
You're under arrest for excessive intelligence. Step away from the mic.
Wait, what? That's
it is
not
when
a
everyone
thing.
in the comments can't keep up.
Yeah. Freedom. Home Sweet Studio.
Mic check. And we're live. I told you nothing can keep me off this mic.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I don't know, I think I kind of liked seeing Nicki Minaj on the Turning Point USA. I think that's what it was she was on. I don't know. What's the big deal? But it's just funny how if you like her that much, then you like her whole story, right? But no, they just, so you only liked what she did in the past, which was all that other garbage. It's just the only thing you like about her, right? You like the bad stuff. You're considering this bad? She looked nice. Talks nice, not talking gangster. Right? I mean, give me a break. I mean, she actually, decent person. She actually looked like a nice, talking nice. What's the big deal? Right? Maybe she grew up. And that's something I hate to say this, but I didn't say it. Thomas Sowell said it. I think it was Thomas Sowell. That culture and that whole, maybe that music and that culture, everything, your mentality, your mindset, your mentality is stuck like a 14 to a 16-year-old. If you think about it, it kind of makes sense to me. I mean, look how you're talking. That's not how you're supposed to talk, okay? That's just like made up, like kids, okay? And you got adults like talking like that. That's not how adults are supposed to talk, okay? So, according to that theory, Thomas Sowell's theory, right? You are, I'm gonna put it up, I guess. I'll try to find it. Someone saying that. I think it was Thomas Sowell. Anyway, now you're gonna stop. You get away from that a little bit. You're probably gonna start. Your mentality is gonna start going up. Your mindset's gonna start getting out of that 16-year-old thing. Start wondering about other things and what Nicki Minaj says about. I think for myself now. I'm not told how to think. And let's look at all these her fans like mad at her. Why? Well, guess what? She's thinking for herself now. What? You're not all thinking the same way. Just that's it. Okay, well, that's that's exactly what it is. They're mad because she's thinking on her own now. Like, they don't realize it. It's subconsciously they don't realize it, but that's what it is. But if you're stuck in that 16-year-old mentality. That's how it is. That's how kids are, right? That's how teenage boys and girls are. Like, you gotta stay with our clique. You gotta stick with us. Imagine a bunch of teenage girls, right, in high school. You with our clique? No? All right. They move on. Like, this girl's not with us. It's like, that's it. That's how teenage kids are. Think about it. High school kids. They don't let the other kids in. They don't want to know other kids. They don't want to know other people. Or they just don't want to be talked to them. I mean, that's how it is. They're nasty. All right? That's the mentality. And that's the same thing. It kind of makes sense to me. I've been thinking about this stuff for 20 years. All this stuff, all these puzzle pieces are coming together for me now. I'm putting them all together. Makes sense to me, you know. Unless she's all a bunch of, she's a phony, that she's a poser. That's a possibility too. But I don't know. You don't know when it comes to money. Comes to these people with money, like, might be, they might need to do it. They might have to go back once they start losing a lot of money. But I guess you figure once you make a certain amount, maybe there's more values and morals you start caring about. Hopefully, maybe that's what it's all about. So what's she gonna do? Be gangster and street for the rest of her life, even though you're not in real life anymore? You're still gonna act like it? That doesn't make any sense. Think about it. All these people, they come up from the streets, come up here, talk about how bad things were, right? And then they rap about it, and then now they're not living hard anymore, but they still talk that way and act that way. And it's like, you're not that anymore. And then you're people. You could say, some people might say, well, you can't forget where you come from. No, you don't have to forget where you come from. But the whole point was to get out of there, wasn't it? The whole point was to get out of there. So what are you supposed to do? Stay there forever? And forget where you come from? Maybe you are supposed to forget where you come from. People want you to keep you down and pull you down and keep you there. Forget it, man. You got to get away. Forget where you come from. That's such a harsh term. I'm not going to, yeah, what do you mean? I'm not going to forget where you come from. Like, what does that mean? Like, all right, so if I see somebody, oh, hey, how are you? I remember you. Yeah, how you doing? You still talk to them and whatever. You're going to come back and be like me again? Like, no, I'm sorry. I can't. Then they get mad at you. It doesn't mean you forgot where you come from. I mean, you could say, sorry, man, I'm not going to be like that no more. It didn't do any good for me. It's not doing any good for you either. What does that mean, forget where you come from? No. People believe where they are now, where you were from, see how you are acting differently. You act differently, and that helps you a little bit. It does. Okay? So maybe that's all. Maybe that's what happened to her. And then good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I think it's good. I'm happy for her. And I'm happy that it has nothing to do with race. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter nothing. You can be black. You could be anything. Just, there's nothing to do with that. That's the other side telling you that stuff to make you, they're going to come up with something. Watch. They're going to come up with something. They probably did already. To make you think something racist about her. They'll find something. I don't know how they can though. And if you just use your own mind, you can't. You're not going to see anything. She's just up here talking about how she likes this people on this side of the aisle a little bit better than the other side. I mean, that's it. And she's using her own mind and how she thinks, and then that's it. Watch the whole interview if you want. Make up your own mind for yourself. And I hope you do.
English, is just as valid and all that kind of stuff. It may be just as valid to linguists and so forth, but the fact is, if you talk that way, you're not likely to get into med school, you're not likely to do very much in your life.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment on anything you liked or didn't like.